Well, good morning everybody, this is Capri in Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, here to bring you a video to celebrate my 1-year anniversary of my YouTube channel. Now, since my channel is about making Gil in the game, this video is divided into 2 parts, what I did to make Gil, and responding to comments on my previous videos. For the Gil farming, I farmed up 5 stacks of normal quality Mythril Ore, Electrum Ore, Cobalt Ore, Siltstone, Mahogany Log, Alumen, and Bomb Ash. I only did normal quality mostly because I wanted to keep my sales list clean because I was going to take notes and I wanted it to look pretty and everything. And the items I chose for this particular list, I chose for a few different reasons. First off, my miner was still only level 47. I never finished her off after I did my mining video. But for stuff like Mythril, Electrum, Siltstone, Alumen, and Bomb Ash, they were previously featured on my Million Gil with Leveling mining video. And then for Mahogany, it was on my earliest Gil farming checklist, so I really like that item. It's just something that I find nostalgic. And then with Cobalt, that was an item that was extremely cheap at the time I made my mining video, and even when I left the game for a while, it was like 20 to 30 Gil price per unit. But I decided to try it because I got tipped off to its potential. And, you know, basically I'm revisiting markets to see how well they are doing now that time has passed. So when I was making this video, I woke up about half an hour early to list the items for this video before I went to work. And about an hour later, I returned to the game for one last look at my sales before taking off. And I was thrilled to see that I had already sold all of my Mythril and Electrum. And then I got home the next morning and I checked my sales, and about 10 hours after listing, I sold everything but my Bomb Ash. I'm sure if I had waited a few more hours that the Bomb Ash would have sold as well, but I'm not going to be picky about that. And I pulled off 408,000 Gil off of my first retainer, and she was in charge of my Cobalt, Siltstone, Mythril, and Electrum. And I pulled 150,000 Gil off of my second retainer, and she was in charge of my Mahogany, Alumen, and Bomb Ash, for a grand total of 608,000 Gil that I made overnight. And my fastest sales were Mythril and Electrum, and my most valuable item that I sold was Siltstone. And I'll be honest, I am impressed with how well the market's doing right now, because, you know, last year if I had done that same list, I would have made maybe half of that, and now it's just like the market is bustling right now and it's amazing. Anyways, on to responding to the comments on my previous videos. The first thing I would like to say is that I am so proud of everyone who's commented on my videos. Everyone has been so nice, polite, very positive feedback. I'm getting a lot of success stories, I'm getting a lot of positive questions, and, you know, when I can't respond to, you know, some of the comments because I'm too busy that week or something, you guys have kicked in and helped me out, and I'm so proud of you guys. And really, I only had a few comments that were not so positive, but I feel that they were more expressing frustration or trying to get me to do a video portraying a more optimal way of doing things. And to both of those, I really have simple answers. If something's too cheap, then do something else. And 2, I want my channel to feel more like a conversation rather than a guide. One of the comments on my channel was about my favorites, and I will be honest, I have a really weird playstyle. I developed over the past few years because I wanted to always be available for my kids, and I was trying to avoid saying stuff like, wait till after this boss. So I rarely do dungeons or group content. But my favorite disciple of the land is botanist, my favorite disciple of the hand is carpenter, and my favorite jobs and classes are generally melee and tank. In general, when I log on, I want to farm because 1, I can't stand sitting still, so you're not going to see me craft very often. I like to enjoy the scenery, and I have to stay on the move, and I'm very stimulated by, you know, colors and stuff. So this is why I like botany so much. There's so many colors. Like, you'll find my bags in a checkerboard pattern of sun lemons and mirror apples and stuff like that, simply because it's pretty and it's entertaining to me. I am also fascinated with water animations, so I love fishing because I get to see the water animations. Back when I first started playing games, this was in WoW, and there was no water animations. And I remember when WoW introduced water animations, instead of having just this great big blue blob, You know, being able to see where your character steps and everything. That I found very fascinating, and I haven't lost that. I still love water animations. So when I log on to make Gil, I generally don't go for the highest priced item. I first decide what mood I'm in. I decide if I feel like being in the forest, or if I feel like being in a yellow mood, or something like that. And then I'll go find items that match what I'm feeling at the moment. And speaking of favorites, the favorite question or comment that I received on my channel was a question about what my plans are for my characters. And I'm going to tie this in with what my plans are for my channel as well. I think, you know, because I don't really do endgame content, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim to be the richest, you know, YouTuber for Final Fantasy that's available right now. In order to do that, to have the most gil out of all the YouTubers, which is going to be a huge challenge, by the way, I'm going to have to pull out every single method that I know how to do, between farming, crafting, flipping, trying to predict the market trends, you know, everything like that. And speaking of methods, that was another comment that I received on my channel, was a question of if I believe that mining is the best way or the best disciple of the land to make gil with. No, I believe in using every single method that your character can do and building on what you have. And then, to be the richest YouTuber, I need to actually put up YouTube videos, and I receive a lot of comments asking for more videos. People like how I portray my content. And I'll tell you what, it's really difficult for me to put up videos, mostly because I suffer severe stage fright. I do have a childhood history of stage fright, to where, like, piano recitals and spelling bees, I would get up on stage, walk across the stage, and get off the stage. I suffer severe stage fright. I have considered having, you know, me do the farming and the gil making part, and then having my husband narrate, because he has a better stage presence than I do. And we're still talking about that. So when I make my videos, it quite literally takes me days to do my videos, because my narration is so bad. For instance, this morning for this video, I started about 3 o'clock this morning, and it's now 8 o'clock, and I'm, 5 minutes into the video? I oftentimes start out well when I hit the record button, but then I'll say something like, or I'll stumble on a word or something, or stutter, and then I'll be like, oh crap, or say something like blah 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 in a weird song, or, you know, just something like that, and I have to stop. Yesterday morning, when I first started trying to record this, my 5-year-old daughter was laughing hysterically at me. That's how bad I am. Along with people asking for more videos, I have also received comments for more video clarity, and I'm hoping that this fall that, you know, I can invest in revamping my entire system of recording, the movie maker, and the narrating thingy, so that my videos look better. But for now, I'm just listing it in the description below. But if you guys have suggestions on any of those that you trust, then please let me know. Another comment that I received was about hoarding materials. And, you know, I am actually against dumping your banks for making gil. And I actually believe that you should keep many materials on hand, especially if you're doing this on a main character that does endgame content. You need your items. My suggestion for people who hoard is that you should, you know, keep the stuff that you have in your banks that you need, and just add an extra half an hour of game time a couple times a week to farm or look for items to flip or whatever. I was also asked how long it took me to make over 1 million gil with my mining video. And I'll be honest, it took me about a month, mostly because I farmed that first week and then I took the second week off. And then the third and fourth weeks, I maybe farmed 4 hours each week. So maybe total, I farmed 50 to 60 hours to make that 1 million gil. But today, in this video, I made, you know, half that much in just 35 stacks, or basically a night off. And this is a really great example of what time can do to a game and the economics within it. Another example of what time can do to a game, I also received another comment about my Megalo crab legs. So before I left the game, I invested in stacks of crab legs because people were listing it for like 20 to 30 gil, even for high qualities, so I purchased a bunch of them before I left the game. However, when I returned to the game about a week ago, people were buying even normal quality crab oil for about 15,000 gil price per unit. So I spent like an hour trying to craft them, and then I got a little impatient, passed on the rest. But within that hour, I made about 400,000 gil from crab oils. Another comment that I received about on my channel was about shards. Shards are an excellent baseline and a great go-to item if you have no idea what else you want to farm. There's no teleport required, and they're always needed. However, I hate shard farming. It's just boring to me. And, you know, to be honest, shards are actually one of the reasons I started making videos in the first place. Because when I first started playing the game, it was the only, you know, type gil making method that was pretty much on YouTube. So I vowed to make different videos and just show people different options that they could do. And this is the awesome thing about the Final Fantasy markets, is that because there's so many items, hundreds of items to make gil with, you know, you don't have to stick to just one method, and you don't have to worry about intercepting what your friends sell as well. Alright, now to wrap up the video, because I ran out of footage and I am now replaying footage from the beginning of the video, I'm going to go ahead and say keep your chin up about your gil making and your Final Fantasy goals. Remember that it's supposed to be fun, and really it's not hard to make money in the game. All you have to do is do it. Alright, I would like to thank everybody who watched my video today, and thank you very much to all of my subscribers and everybody who's commented on my videos in the past. I would be nothing without you, so thank you so much.